Andre, how's it going?
Hey man, I can't complain. We had a lot going on. Great UFC fights over the weekend, man. I gotta give a shout out to Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje. They put on a hell of a show for the BMF title. And at the last second, Max Holloway in a mix. They were in the phone booth mixing. He caught Gaethje and knocked him out, flushed his radiator. That was the fight of the night, in my opinion. But it was many great fights. I got to salute. That was the highlight of my weekend. Everything good. Weather warm. I'm enjoying it, man. But I hope your weekend was good too, as well, man.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. Like you said, weather getting nice. Excited about just like all the different developments we're seeing with the NBA playoffs and the seeding starting to unfold. So we're going to jump into the first question, which is we'll start with the Eastern Conference. Which team do you think, in the spirit of the Boston Marathon that is happening as we speak right now, which team has got in the Eastern Conference the most hellacious marathon path to the NBA Finals, do you think?
Uh I gotta say the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm gonna go with them on the Eastern Conference because you figure that Doc Rivers been getting killed for the past month, shit, since he took the job. They've been on his ass, so they haven't been winning. They've been losing to teams like the Toronto Raptors, and so their path might be a little more difficult. Because okay, they have the 3 seed right now. They will match up with the Pacers. The Pacers and the Bucks. They have a little rivalry since the season. You can remember Giannis Antetokounmpo didn't really like the antics of the Indiana Pacers players, so he went over there, had a little kerfuffle going on, but it should be a good first round matchup. I like the Bucks to get past them, 4-2 in a 6-game series. But then you got to deal with either the New York Knicks and possibly Philly or Miami. So I'm just going to stamp Philadelphia in there. Got to deal with Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre. You know what I mean? I like the lineup of Nicholas Batum starting over Tobias Harris. It's a little bit different, and Batum know how to dish the rock. He plays real well. So now Milwaukee got to go into a series with a Doc Rivers, who already being knocked as not being a great X and O's type of coach, more of a player's coach. But when it comes down to executing and adjustments, they always say he's not one of them guys. So you got a Nick Nurse who's motivated. Joel Embiid been out. We were the third best team in the East and arguably a top 5 team in the NBA before Embiid got hurt. Listen, Joel, I don't know if he's 100%, but for him to come back and still give us 35-point games, 32-point games, 28s, stuff like that, with Maxi, Oubre holding it down. We got DeAnthony Melton back. Bro, who want to play the Sixers right now? Who want to match up with? Come on, man. Milwaukee might have the toughest road to the NBA Finals, hands down.
And they've already had, I think, in most estimations, probably a real difficult season to this point already. As
Yeah,
we know, changes in head coaches, Giannis has been on the warpath. I mean, Dame is Dame, but the defensive rotations over there have been a mess to say the least. Yeah, I think I definitely roll with that in terms of the East. Do not want to see Philly get off the bus, especially with a Joel Embiid rounding back into shape.
I can see a situation. Sixers might make the Eastern Finals this year. And I've been hoping and praying for years, man. But due to injuries and stuff like that, Joel coming off of an injury, I'm hoping that he's about a good 80%. A lot of guys that are playing deep into the NBA season, they're banged up. No diddy. But now you just got to fight through that. Now that's the mental hurdle. Once you get over that, it's game time. And Joel, I feel like, got something to prove because he was, in my opinion, the MVP going into that game against Golden State when he injured himself, averaging over 35 points per game, 12 rebounds, almost 2 blocks, if not 2 blocks a game. Come on. Joel is a monster. So this is it. We got Maxi, who's been holding it down for us. And like I said, shout out Kelly Oubre, man. What a great pickup. I hope we give him a 3 to 4 year deal. Keep him locked in. He's 27, 28 years old. Keep him in Philly till he's 31, 32 if you can. We are entering, these are his prime years. I don't need him to go nowhere. That was a great signing by the Sixers. I love the Buddy Hield trade. We're going to really see how effective Buddy Hield will be. And when they double Embiid, and now he could kick it out to 3-point shooters, and that's what they lack in playoffs before. You got a bona fide 3-point shooter in Buddy Hield. I can't wait, and I can't wait to see this Philly Miami game for the play-in, because there's some great play-in games that's going on this week. Don't miss it, please.
No doubt about it. Hype for the play-in. Okay, so we're gonna go Western Conference now. A lot of postulation about where the Nuggets and the Lakers will land. I think that it's safe to say right now that LeBron and the Lake Show do not want to see Jokic in round one. They have not, I don't think, beaten the Nuggets once this season. So what is your take on LeBron's marathon-esque path to another finals here?
So they have the 8 seed right now, and OKC locked up the 1. So if we're gonna say that Denver is, the feared team by the Lakers, they might need to win that game against the Pelicans. Is it no, it's actually, it's the Pelicans. Pelicans got the 7 seed, and the Lakers got the 8 seed. So in order for this to happen, to avoid, do you want the Lakers to tank a game and lose the first game so they can avoid maybe playing? We'll see. I got these guys. I got these guys winning that game against the Pelicans, and they're going to go up against Denver. That's going to be a tough out. Like you said, they have not beaten them all year. We saw what happened last year in the Western Conference Finals. Anthony Davis had that 40-point game in the first game. Then he disappeared the rest of the games. You couldn't find him. And I know y'all not asking OG LeBron, OG Brian to carry this team on his back. We don't know what D'Lo going to do. D'Angelo Russell, he's unpredictable. He'll have games where he's good, but then he disappeared. He fell away. So we're gonna see, man. But if LeBron think he's gonna get a 4th ring, he's gonna have to put everything into this. He's gonna need AD to show up, the Rui Hachimuras, all those guys got to show up. But that's gonna be a tall task, man. Their best bet is, I hate to say this, Hank, lose to the Pelicans so they can grab that 2nd seed, and then you can go ahead and win against the winner of Golden State and Sacramento. And I'm here to tell you, Sacramento will beat the Golden State Warriors at home in the play-in game. The 9-10 seed only got 1 loss, and you out. I got the Warriors losing. I don't think they're gonna beat Sacramento at home, and they got a little rivalry going on. I got the Sacramento Kings. I'm going with the upset. I know the betting favorite going to be Golden State, but I'm going with Sacramento on that one.
I'm rolling with you on that one as well. I mean, I'd love, with all due respect to Steph and all those guys, all those Hall of Famers he's playing with, I want to see these Kings, get over that proverbial hump with these dudes, right? I just think that it's time. Sabonis, Fox, Monk, they got the scoring firepower. They're playing well as a squad. I would love to see them take and bounce the Dubs out the playoffs.
Oh man, if that happened, then you're gonna see the house get cleaned in the off season. You're gonna see some faces not a part of the Golden State roster. Klay Thompson, he been fighting with injuries and the mental shit. Dealing with a contract, and he want to stay in Golden State, but do you want to give Klay Thompson well over $120 million in extension money? Like, they're not going to handcuff themselves. You will see Klay Thompson leave, barring they go on a playoff run. If they can just, get their boots ready and strap up and let's get it, and they can make a playoff run. They can get to the second round of the playoff, even the Western Conference Final. Then, you might see them return Klay and keep the core together. But if they lose, and like I believe they will, I don't know if you see Draymond there. They might be ready to get rid of Draymond with the antics and Klay. Klay needs a shot. I would say Jonathan Kuminga is now the number 2 guy next to Stephen Curry. Would you agree?
I would absolutely agree with that. No question about it.
I would say that. So I don't think Klay Thompson, barring a playoff push by the Warriors, I don't foresee Klay Thompson being a Golden State Warrior. This might be it right here. So we're gonna see. But I like Sacramento youth. I love Mike Brown. I just think they want to get them so bad for how it ended last year. What better way to send them home? You got a home playoff game in a rowdy Sacramento arena. They're gonna hit the button. The sky gonna glow. I'm going with Sacramento on that one, man.
No doubt about it. I like that prediction. So we're going to stay in this prediction phase as we move into the prediction element of the program here. And as you and I were discussing before we tapped in, there's been a lot of, diss track activity as of late. So first of all, we got J. Cole issuing an apology first and foremost. And then now we got a whole flurry of activity with a whole bunch of other guys. So what is this landscape like? Where does this landscape land? What's the prediction with this whole situation?
What J. Cole did is what a lot of us kids did before we jumped in the pool. I mean, I would stick my toe in the water to check the temperature before I jump all the way in. And that's what J. Cole did by dropping a diss track. And he must have felt the heat coming. He might have known that there's beef with Drake. So now if you go on that Kendrick Lamar, you might be getting a diss track from Rose. You might be getting a diss track from Future. You might get a diss track from Kendrick Lamar, like I said. So Drake. J. Cole gracefully bowed out, and a lot of the rap peers looked at J. Cole like he a nut. You a cold nut. Cole, you too talented. It's rap. Bro, you've been throwing subs at people for a long time. You know what I mean? You won't name a name, but people will break down your bars. You've been throwing subs for a long time. This is rap. Imagine 50 Cent getting on a cell phone and apologizing to Ja Rule. You got a better chance of seeing a Big Pun remix or something like that. It'll never happen, brother. Biggie Smalls dropping a brand new album unless somebody got something tucked. It won't ever happen. These two don't like each other till now. That could go physical. That's what I don't want because it was previously physical with 50 and Ja. So there's been, these two don't like each other. But you got State Property versus D Block, Jay-Z versus Nas. This was a lyrical arsenal. Like these guys were barbarians and iron sharpened iron, man. Yo, you don't think Beans throwing his shot made Kissing Styles and Sheik get in the booth and they writing some of their best shit while smoking on the best? Come on, this is a part of hip hop. Imagine Gucci Man apologizing to Jeezy. It will never happen. It ain't happening. Bruh, I just, J. Cole, you look crazy. You one of the guys, though. One of the best rappers, one of the best lyricists in the game. Just don't ever throw subs. And don't ever throw a diss song out there and then take it back. You look weak. That's why Drake had to come out with the shining armor and all that bullshit. Because I'm not a Drake fan. Drake had his pin question. Talented dude. Super talented brother. Can't take nothing from him. I mean, look at him on Saturday Night Live. Come on. Drake did that. And he was very funny. I mean, the guy had me cracking up. So he's a very entertaining, talented individual. But after the allegations, when him and Meek was going through it about his pen having songwriters, I just don't respect a rapper who got songwriters like Beyonce. And here's one more thing. Drake, you tried your best to crush me. You got a Grammy off of this song back to back. You loved it. But I don't like people that's bullies. I don't like bullies, and I don't like people, as we say here in Philly, people that got picks. Meaning you'll pick on this guy, but you know not to fuck with him. And I mean that in Pusha T. That's why I screamed on my platform. I want to see Pusha T into the chat because he been throwing shots at Drake for years. So if Future, you really want to do Drake dirty, go ahead and get Pusha T in the mix. Go ahead, get Rose in it. Now people saying, you gonna gang up on him. Listen, Drake is a slick dude, man. Don't ever leave your lady around Drake. He's a slick bastard, and he could get away with murder with these ladies. I salute the player. I don't hate it, but somehow these brothers have issues. They're airing it out over wax. Rose dropped his diss track 2 hours after Drake dropped his. Let's go, man. Let's make rap great again, please. And they doing a great job. I'm entertained. I lived off of this. Come on, man.
So does Pusha enter the chat?
Let's go. Get Pusha T in there. He don't like Drake. Drake dropped Duppy. That was trash. And Pusha T dropped the story of Adidon. He revealed Drake's child. Somehow he got info. You know, Kanye is a messy dude, and you know he been throwing shots at Drake too. Let's go, man. This is the rap that I came up on. Cameron versus Jay-Z. Come on, man. All the many people Jay was beefing it. I love it, man. Let's go. Let's make rap great again.
Hey, I am with that 1000%. Big shout out to Pusha T as well. Waiting for, I always anticipate his releases. Andre, as always, thank you for tapping in. Thank you for the education. And we'll do it again next week.
We'll do it again next week, bro.
All right, man. You have a good one.
You too.